I used to think ownership was simple, a straightforward transaction, a clean exchange of currency for permanence. If I paid for it, it was mine. The feeling was one of certainty, of grounding. This is my space. These are my things. My name on a document, a deed, a title. Each one a small anchor in a vast, shifting world. Shoes, a phone, an apartment, a car. Each purchase felt like building a wall around a small piece of the universe and declaring it safe, declaring it known, declaring it mine. It was a story I told myself, a story we all learn, the story of accumulation as security. But the longer I live, the more I notice how everything drifts. The lines blur, the anchors drag. The solid ground I thought I was standing on reveals itself to be a current, a slow, silent river carrying everything along with it. The very concept of mine begins to feel porous, like a net trying to hold water. Take this body, the most intimate thing I know. I call it mine, but I didn't design it. I didn't choose its predispositions, its strengths, its inevitable frailties. I have no memory of its beginning, and I will have no awareness of its final moment. It arrived as a gift I never ordered, a complex and mysterious vessel I simply woke up inside of. I am its steward, its temporary resident, but its owner. The claim feels arrogant. It changes without asking me. It operates on a logic far older and deeper than my own consciousness. The quiet, rhythmic pulse of a heart I cannot command. The involuntary rise and fall of a breath that sustains me, whether I pay attention to it or not. Every 7 to 10 years, nearly all of its cells replace themselves. The person I was a decade ago is, on a material level, almost entirely gone. I am a walking, breathing process of renewal, a pattern, not a static object. Scars fade, memories of injuries softening into pale whispers on the skin. Hair grays, a slow silvering that marks the passage of time without my consent. One day it's strong, capable of lifting, running, creating. Another day it whispers for rest, demanding stillness with an authority I cannot override. It has its own seasons, its own tides. If I can't control it fully, if I can't stop its constant, silent transformation, then how fully can I own it? Perhaps I am not its owner, but its witness. Look at nature. It is the ultimate teacher of this principle. The tree outside my window doesn't hoard its leaves, clutching them through the winter. It understands the cycle. It borrows sunlight, air, and water. It transforms them into life, offers shade and shelter, and then, when the season turns, it lets go. Its letting go is not a loss, but a preparation for renewal. It trusts in the return of spring. The ocean refuses borders. It laughs at our maps. Its tides are a constant negotiation with the shore. Sand is moved grain by grain, a relentless, gentle redistribution of the land. The coast is not a fixed line, but a slow, rhythmic breath. We try to draw lines. We build walls and jetties. We create legal boundaries that extend into the water. We claim ownership over the shifting sands. And with infinite patience, nature keeps erasing them. The wave, the wind, the root, the rain. They are all agents of impermanence, reminding us that our claims are temporary suggestions, not commands. Our material possessions carry this same quiet truth. They are only visiting. The favorite jacket, worn until the fabric at the elbows becomes thin and translucent, tells a story of time and use. It was never meant to be pristine forever. The car, a symbol of freedom and status, succumbs to the slow, persistent chemistry of oxygen and water. The car will rust, its brilliant paint will fade. It is returning to the elements from which it was forged. The phone, once a miraculous window to the world, becomes slow, its battery weak. It is replaced. It ends up in a drawer, a relic of a recent past, its perceived value vanished. Even the things that feel timeless, a piece of jewelry, a family home, a cherished book, are just passing through our hands. They had a life before us, and they will have a life after us. We are just a chapter in their long story. The very idea of mine is a legal and social construct, a story we agree to tell each other to create order, a name on a paper, a line on a map, a digital entry in a ledger. These are useful fictions, tools for navigating a complex society. But they are not fundamental truths. They are agreements, and agreements can change. They are written in ink, not carved in stone. And even stone, given enough time, turns to sand. Loss reminds me of this, not as a punishment, but as a quiet, insistent teacher. It arrives uninvited and strips away the illusion of permanence. A friendship that once felt essential fades into silence. A house filled with memories is sold, its rooms now holding the lives of strangers. The feeling of home was never in the wood and nails, but in the presence that filled it. A loved one is here, a vibrant, irreplaceable presence. And then they aren't. Their physical form is gone. The grief is a testament to the depth of the connection, but it also reveals a stark truth. We never owned them. We were blessed with their company. We were walking alongside them for a time. I don't get to keep anything forever. And in the space created by that realization, I learn how to hold things gently, with appreciation, not with a clenched fist of possession. Maybe ownership is an illusion we use to feel safe, a way to manage our deep-seated anxiety about the unpredictable nature of existence. Maybe it's a story that helps us organize a wild, moving world. A useful story sometimes, a necessary one even, but still a story. And when we forget it's a story, it begins to own us. So what's real? If ownership is a story, what is the underlying reality? The breath I'm taking now, this one, and now this one. The light crawling across the wall, a silent clock measuring a moment that will never repeat. The way a quiet room makes thoughts float to the surface. The feeling of cool water on my skin. The warmth of a cup in my hands. These are not possessions. They are experiences. Presence. This is the currency of reality. It can't be stored, insured, or inherited. It can't be bought or sold. It's lived. Moment by moment. It is the only thing that is ever truly ours. And it is ours only for an instant, before it is replaced by the next. When I stop gripping, when I loosen my fist around the idea of mine, I notice a different kind of freedom, a lightness. If nothing is truly mine, then my worth is not tied to what I accumulate. My identity is not defined by my possessions. I am not the sum of my assets. I can use things without being used by them. I can care for what I have, not because it is a permanent fixture of my identity, but because it is a temporary gift. I can be a good steward, knowing it's on loan from the universe. I can love people as they are, as sovereign, changing, unpredictable beings, not as anchors against the tide of change. My love doesn't have to be a cage. It can be a space where we both have the freedom to grow and drift. We can practice this. It doesn't require a grand gesture, just a shift in attention. Notice. Notice the impermanence in one small thing today. The steam rising from your tea, the way a shadow moves. Thank. Feel a moment of gratitude for something you are using, knowing it is temporary. This body that breathes for you. This chair that holds you. Release. Consciously let go of one expectation. One need for things to be a certain way. Feel the space that opens up. To be unowned is not to be empty. It is to be open. Open to the constant, beautiful, and sometimes heartbreaking flow of life. It is to trade the illusion of ownership for the reality of presence. Because presence can't be stored, it's lived.